Culture is like an underground river running through our societies that gives us messages and shapes our perceptions and shows us how we should live in life. It impacts almost everything in our daily lives, especially the conflict we have. You use different conflict styles almost every day in different little disagreements you have, and understanding them can help resolve these conflicts much easier. Culture has a huge impact on the different conflict styles and how we use them. And like everyone, I have conflicts every day. And doing this research helped lead to me getting the best results out of my conflicts by using the best strategies. And first, I'll describe the less desirable conflict styles being competing, avoiding, and accommodating. And then I'll describe the more desirable conflict styles being collaborating, compromising, and then I'll describe how culture impacts it. And conflict can happen anytime, so knowing what conflict styles to use and what ones not to use can help very much in getting the best results. So when in conflict, there are many strategies that can be used. Some are less desirable than others. And the first one would be competing, and this would be I win, you lose. And in this strategy, you have no regard for the other person's needs or desires, and your needs and desires become your sole concern. And competing leads to resentment from the other party, and especially if they are not winning at all in any of the conflicts. And this can result in conflicts sparking up over and over again. And then the second one will be avoiding, and in this one, everybody's needs are ignored, and just to avoid the conflict altogether. And this doesn't deal with the problem at all, and the conflict will almost always fester back up in either the same way or in a different light, and it'll almost always be worse. And in accommodating, which would be an I lose, you win strategy, you basically let the other person win the argument and let their needs and desires be the number one priority. But in this isn't the best strategy. It may seem noble, but doing this will lead to them expecting you to let them win every conflict, and then if you don't let them win the conflict, they may not like that. So this will lead to more conflicts in the long run. And I say they may be happy in the short run, but in the long run it leads to more conflicts. And using these strategies may not yield the best results, but there are some that will. There are two strategies that are considered desirable. It would be compromise, and compromise is a strategy that is used most often when two people are trying to consider each other's needs and desires and trying to come out with a solution. And it's an I win, you lose, or I win and lose, you win and lose strategy, which everyone gets partly what they want, but they also take some losses in some part. And collaborating will be the other strategy, and this is taking time out to come up with a solution in which both parties feel like they don't take any loss at all, and they both feel like they benefited. And achieving a win-win solution can be very difficult. There isn't always an option for a win-win solution, but if it can be achieved, it's almost always the best solution for everyone involved. Now that we know the strategies, let's take a look at how culture impacts. And not only does it impact conflict strategies, but it also impacts the topics we discuss or we have conflicts about, and how we engage with others during these conflicts. Culture has a big impact on how we view and solve conflict, and can lead to misunderstandings from people from different cultures. For example, if somebody from the U.S. and somebody from China had a little disagreement, and the Chinese person, who may have different views, they view more harmonic, and say in the Asian cultures, Japanese, we view more things as more harmonic, but the U.S. person definitely would, even if it's just a little disagreement, they disagree with a statement they made, they would definitely view it as a conflict. And culture impacts the different strategies we use depending on your culture and the culture of the other person in the conflict. Different strategies may be used depending on what would be best for that time. And in individuals, the culture like the U.S. may not see a I win you lose strategy as that bad, because they view as, okay, well they're trying to better themselves, they're trying to come up in the world or whatever. But while a collectivist culture would view an I win you lose strategy as very bad, because that's taking it out on the other person. And understanding these strategies can help, and understanding how culture impacts them can help come up with the best solutions for everybody involved. And so first I described the less desirable conflict strategies, then I described the more desirable conflict strategies that you can use, and then finally I described how culture impacts them. And like I said, culture has a huge impact on the different conflict styles and how we use them. And after this speech, I hope you can see how culture has an impact on conflict and use it to your advantage in the future. Thank you.